And good day. This is Kent Barnes, Superintendent of Schools for the Holly Area School District. And I'd like to share some information with you regarding your and my Holly Area School District. Interestingly, it's amazing how things work out. I had done a community podcast yesterday on Thursday, January the 14th, and we had some technical difficulties, so I'm recording this podcast on Friday, January the 15th. And it's worked out very well because yesterday during lunch, I had a meeting with the 5 township supervisors along with Mr. Steve Lennar. The village manager was unable to attend, but I'll be meeting with her later. And we discussed the school district's budget. They had some wonderful conversation, and I really appreciate their attending. I know they're very busy, and I appreciate their thoughts, their suggestions, their recommendations on how to share information with our publics. It was truly beneficial to me. Last evening, we had our second community forum in which I only had 2 community members. Now, I realize that people are busy. A lot of things are going on. We had 4 individuals that work for the school district, and then we had 1 media person and our board president. So we had basically a total of 8 people that attended. One individual yesterday told me that she knows that I'll be doing the right thing with recommendations, but that's not the point. The point is I need input on what people feel they would like our school district to look like. I need to make one very simple statement. I attended a legislative breakfast this morning with several legislators, and the thought is very clear. There's not going to be any new money coming for the 2010-2011 school year. Now, there is talk of another stimulus package and such from the federal government. I'm not sure how long we can just keep printing money. But the point there is that would be the short-term solution. We need long-term solutions. And the essence of my point is this. There is no knight in shining armor riding a horse, riding up to us with untold dollars to resolve our budget issues. It's not going to happen. I've had several people tell me that they believe that the budget concerns will go away because the state is going to magically come up with money to resolve all of the issues for next year, the next school year. It's not going to happen. Last night, I just merely went over some caveats over 7 itemized bullets, and the point being, you have to look at the question you're asking. People say, well, can you do these things? We can do a lot of things. That's the wrong question. Should we do these things? How can we make changes that will minimally impact students? That's one of the major questions. How can you make substantive changes that impact a community and still sustain support from that community? We talked last night about and discussed briefly, should we move to 6th grade? Should we eliminate part of athletics? How about the band program? How about student-teacher ratios? And so on. The day has passed for people to think that the budget issue doesn't exist. Let me be perfectly clear. Sounds like Richard Nixon, but let me be perfectly clear on this. The budget issues are real, and they most likely will get worse for the 2011-2012 school year. These budget issues impact all school districts. Any school district, any educational association that receives state dollars, this impacts them, the budget. Right now, next year, between the School Aid Act and the general fund for the state, I believe it's something like $1.8, $1.7 billion that they're short. So this is real. And I'll be sending out more information, and we will have a 3rd community forum after the governor gives her State of the State address on February the 11th. Probably will be that following week, and we'll have our next community forum. and I will be making recommendations to the board on March the 15th, asking them to vote on March the 29th. But even having said that, if you have time, say a thought and a prayer for the people in Haiti. All things are relative. We have budget issues, and that is true. And there are budget issues that we need to address. But just looking at the pictures from Haiti, the country is in a shambles. If you have the opportunity and can contribute to all of the relief, to any of the relief organizations that are garnering funds, please do so. The world is getting smaller and smaller by the day. And what happened in Haiti, an earthquake could easily happen in this country as well. And people will say, well, I can only contribute $5 or $10. And what they've been saying from President Clinton on down, former President Clinton and former President Bush, who were heading up one of the committees to garner funds, anything is welcome, any amount of money. So as you think about our district, other situations throughout the world, there's a lot of concerns, a lot of issues everywhere. But it takes all of us working together to get through these issues. And just as a final reminder, there is no school on Monday, January the 18th, Martin Luther King Day. There is no school, no students, no teachers on Monday, January the 18th, just as a reminder to our parents. So until the next time I meet with you by way of podcast, I look forward to meeting with as many of our constituents throughout our school districts, sharing information, and garnering your ideas. I hope you have the great rest of the day, a great weekend, and I'll be talking with everyone next week. Take care now.